Answers to the questions for In an Artist's Studio, 1856, by Christina Rossetti. Again, there are no mark allocations, so I'll try and explain how that works. So number one, discuss the structure of the poem. Now, this is not give the structure of the poem. You'll get a mark if you say there's an octave, an sestet, and a volta, but that's not discussing it. What do we find in the octave, the sestet, and the volta? So the structure of the poem follows a Petrarchan sonnet. The octave describes the woman and her beauty. The sestet focuses on the artist's obsession with her and thinking back on a better time. So this idea of focusing on the past, not dealing with the present. And then the volta is that change. So the change, the turn from, describing the woman's beauty, and there's a cat. Apologies. So again, the octave is describing the woman, how she's been painted, her images on the canvases, and then there's the turn to indicate that this is now focusing on the artist's point of view. Number two, discuss how Rossetti twists the sonnet form from its original intention. So originally a sonnet is a love poem. Most of the sonnets that you will come across is in praise or adoration of someone who is beautiful, someone that the poet loves, very exaggerated, looking at the woman in the present, focusing on the beauty now. But in this sonnet, it's different. It's looking at a beauty that's been lost and looking rather at a man's obsession of that past. So that there is the difference. So there is more about the image and the painter's fantasy than the actual woman. So again, both of those questions would be 2 to 3 marks. Number three, identify the 4 kinds of women found on the painter's canvases. So this is straight 4 marks. You've got to identify 4 people. Please, if you're going to quote directly from the poem, you need to have inverted commas. Sometimes you manage to paraphrase. Sometimes you just got to take it from the text as is. Preferably try and paraphrase. So if you know that green opal and ruby dress and the color purple have to do with royalty, then you can speak about a queen or somebody in the royal family instead of just quoting green opal ruby dress, because that's not a kind of woman. That's a kind of dress. So there is a queen, there is a commoner, this nameless girl, there is a saint, and an angel. So saint and angel I should have put in inverted commas, so I would probably lose 2 marks for that. Number 4, how does the metaphor he feeds upon her face shape your understanding of the relationship between the artist and the subject? So firstly, there's a negative connotation. Again, this could be 2 to 3 marks. So what is the metaphor, what is our understanding, and what is its effect? Those are the 3 things you are looking at. So it's a negative connotation. It has the idea of an animal eating. She is seen as food, she is objectified. So the type of relationship is dominating or domineering. She seems passive and powerless. Number 5, quote 2 ways Rossetti prefers women not to be portrayed. So she doesn't want them portrayed as wane with waiting, and she doesn't want them portrayed as being dim with sorrow. She doesn't want that kind of description for a woman, and that would be a mark each. Again, no quotation marks, no marks, because it does clearly say quote. Number 6, comment on the effect of the speaker's use of repetition in the final 3 lines of the poem. So the not, and again the not as she is, and we can also include but in that section. So the repetition draws the reader's attention to it, emphasizing that the artist focuses on what she was, does not see the current woman as she is. Her beauty has faded, she's aged, but the artist looks to the canvases. So the canvas does not show the diminishment. The canvas does not show the sorrow. This is not how she is. But the canvases show what she was, what is in his dreams, okay, the brightness that used to be there. And those are the answers for the poems. Number 6 would probably be three to 4 marks. Yeah.